world champ. Yeah, it's pretty bummed with my performance. It's definitely waves up there. I mean, I know it's pretty bumpy because we're like kind of out the back. I kind of like had a game plan, and yeah, I think that I got a 4 for one turn, and I was like, I don't know, I think I had a 4, and then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, Chris had a 6, and then I was like, just want to get that second turn, and yeah, I just couldn't really, just kept falling. Wasn't nervous, so I think maybe I was a little bit too deep. I was probably getting a bit ahead of myself. Watched a few heats of the girls, I'm like, oh, you could have been doing your second turn already without taking off. I kind of know the peak out there, but yeah, I guess I just, yeah, it didn't really, wasn't my day today, but it was an epic opportunity, yeah, to see Carissa out there, and yeah, self-heat against world champ. I hope, like, this is where I want to see myself in the future, so it was good to get a taste of it, and yeah, really stoked with the opportunity, and I think it's pretty awesome that, you know, just the whole world and everything that we've managed to get the C team, the QS running. I think it's, yeah, everyone's done an amazing job, so I mean, we're pretty lucky to have one here, like with like Ryan and Jacko as well, and Morgan. So yeah, cool opportunity. Just wish I like didn't get combo.
No, that's you make a good point there. You got a really quite a high score for just that one solid turn. Do you feel that surfing against the champs lifts that level within yourself?
Yeah, I knew. I mean, every heat on the CT is pretty gnarly. Yeah, just from that first round, I guess, just focusing on yourself, and yeah, I beat a few of the girls in the QS heat, so I was kind of going in like I can get through some heats, and yeah, like I said, this is where I see myself. So you know, try to give them all against the world champion, because I guess if I make the tour, that's probably going to happen a lot. So yeah, kind of knew I had to just focus on myself and go big. You know, seeing Carissa get 7s in our first heat, that kind of fired me up. But yeah, I mean, the weathers came out and a little bit bigger than the other day, so yeah, everything was all right, I guess.
For sure. Well, I think you represented your hometown really well. You should be really proud of yourself. Best of luck for the rest of the year, and
yeah.
I'll see you around the town.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck to the local boys. Hopefully Jacko can beat the world champ, get through that heat, and yeah, hopefully we can keep the trophy here in Newcastle, and then, I don't know, the world tour can come back next year. But yeah, thanks everyone.
Thanks, Billsy.
Thank you.
Philippa Anderson there, and yeah, just good to feel that buzz. She definitely, you know, was disappointed with the performance, but you could tell that she really relished the opportunity to compete in the Championship Tour event. Meanwhile, out in the lineup, Nikki Van Dyke just trying to connect this one through to the inside, driving, banks off the foam. 4.5 minutes to go. She's still on the lookout for that 7.77. All the work was done by Joanne Defay on those first 2 rides, and as far as using her priority goes, she hasn't seen anything better than a 6.33 since she put those 2 numbers up, and I think she can feel pretty good about her decisions, because Nikki's put up nothing of substance.
Really smart heat by Joanne Defay, and as you highlighted, Ron, she took those opportunities, highlighted those opportunities early in the heat. She knew if she just put those 6s on the board, potentially those 7s, she would be in a really good position against Nikki, who we know is more than capable of those scores herself. But coming back to just finding that flow and that rhythm, obviously Joanne did her homework, and she would have been timing the sets, and she would have understood when her opportunities were going to come, and these are all the little things that happen before you even paddle out.
Big year for Joanne Defay. I mean, she's been sort of stealing a bit of the spotlight from the top surfers on the Women's Championship Tour for a few years now. We've mentioned those 3 CT wins, but this year we could really see her step out of the shadows. She's going to be representing France at the Olympics, and I think she's certainly a medal chance. Joanne Defay always really inspired and fights hard to the very end of each of her clashes, no matter what heat she's in, whether it's an early round heat or a final. So yeah, I think a medal isn't out of reach for Joanne.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree, and you know, she's very, in my opinion, very well-rounded. If I had to highlight a strength of hers, it would be just the quickness of her turn off the top, especially on her forehand. But you know, her backhand and forehand equally as strong in my mind. She's had sort of equal success going, you know, either left or right in a variety of different conditions. So, in my opinion, probably one of the more well-rounded women surfers on the tour.
And once we're over a shallow reef break, she's probably one of the favourites. I mean, that's where she's collected 2 of her big CT wins. But, you know, she seems to be one of the, you know, a handful of competitors on the Women's Championship Tour that when they're surfing you know, a treacherous reef break, the thing in the back of her mind isn't, am I going to hit the bottom? She attacks the wave, feeling pretty comfortable.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, that's something that you either got to put a lot of time into the reef breaks and those more dangerous situations and get used to it, or you're just born with that kind of screw where you're already a little bit loopy and super comfortable in those reef break situations.
Well, she grew up in it over there at Reunion Island. A minute and a half remaining now, and things are getting tough for Nikki Van Dijk. She's chasing a 7.77, but the difficulty is going to be wrestling priority away from Joanne Defay, who's been faultless since she assumed the lead and held that priority. But she's going to make a move now, keeping Nikki off this ride, trying to better a 6.27. 27-year-old starts off pretty nicely. All her waves have just hit this inside section and given her multiple opportunities. And this one's going to do it as well.
Yeah, this one looks nice, Ron, as it's starting to bowl up again on the ledge. Times it well again, gets the hit. And another little wrapping cutback to finish things off. So she has just played this perfect heat right now.
Super patient. That was just her 3rd ride. It's probably going to be comparable to Nikki's best waves, but unsure whether it's going to go into a top 2.
On the flip side, Ron, it was actually a good move by Nikki to actually force Joanne to take this wave, because it has given the opportunity for Nikki to find a wave, a small opportunity, given there's only 20 seconds to go. But will she find another one?
Well, she's going to pass up that one. And that was interesting. 14 seconds to go. That was a gamble. There is a couple more swell lines out the back, but I mean, that wave wasn't looking like it was steamrolling through to the inside shore break, which is what she's after, but it had a couple of sections on the outside, and you can hear the beach commentator counting this one down, and Nikki Van Dijk's going to be left out there and not able to get into a ride to chase down the required score. But let's dive into the Harvey Norman heat recap, Rich. Joanne Defay just super strong on her 2 opening rides.
Yeah, just some really smart, clean surfing from Joanne. Those big front side arcs, very smooth on the rail, and connecting the dots all the way through to the shore break. Not over surfing them, but then taking the opportunities when they arose, especially on this inside section. When these waves stood up again, Joanne was at the ready, and this outside work that she did was absolutely exceptional. Just driving and arcing and pivoting off the tail there, and again through to the inside section, some beautiful wrapping cutbacks, and just surfing these waves, just milking every single point out of the waves she took, and that was the difference, I think, Ron.
Yeah, strong performance from Joanne. She'll power through to the quarterfinals. Nikki Van Dijk will try and save herself down there at Narrabeen. We'll take a quick break. When we return to the Harvey Norman set, 8 world titles will be on the show. Stick around.
Baixo desferiu 2 belas manobras.